on, guys? It is Dylan here. Today I will be making a technical analysis on the ticker symbol GPS Gap Incorporations. Before we hop into the chart, what I see, possibilities, price action, and much more, I just want to let you know that I am neutral on the company, but I will give you a non-biased opinion of the chart. Let's break it down. Okay, so this is the weekly candlesticks. So each one of these candlesticks represents 1 week. Okay, so you see this resistance that we could not break above since 2014. We tested it once, twice, three times. I could bring it down just a little bit right there. Say we tested it about around 30 times or so along these lines. Around these points and these. We just simply couldn't get above it. Right, we came up and we tested that resistance right there, and we momentarily false broke above it. Not quite actually. Got rejected right at the line and came right back down. The buyer stepped in really nice at these levels right here, which is very nice. Okay, I will be keeping an eye on that as this was a bottom consolidation phase for this little this is the support for this consolidation. So you do like to see the buyer step in at that range, and then from there, we're simply going up. Nice momentum and continuation of the bullish momentum. So on the weekly, it does look good, but I think we can get a lot more information once we dive around to the other time frames. So the volume has died down a little bit since the volume has increased, and that does make sense. That is what you anticipate. The RSI is at 75.12, so that is overbought. Okay, so there is definitely more buyers than sellers currently on the weekly. The MACD is in a golden cross, so we do see more buying pressure than selling. The orange is over the blue, so that is bullish. Let's go over to the 1 hourly. So for the 1 hourly, let me just delete these lines just so I can remark them for you guys. I do have a rising wedge set up right here. Now you see this rising resistance. Okay, and whenever the price comes up here, it rejects. Momentarily false break, which we will move the line just a little bit above, because I don't like my false breaks to be anything more than 2 candles, and this red candle didn't close over that. Okay, so we got 2 candles momentarily closing above it. That's a false break, and then followed by that trend line, we also have a upward support, just like that. We'll move that down just a little bit, just so it's right, and tweak that, just like that. So that is a rising wedge, and from this range we should get some support. Okay, and a thing people will do to get a price target is just to move this bar to that bar to really finish the wedge, if you will. And then say we broke right here, we would have a price target of around 30 bucks. But I like to trim it just a little bit just so I don't get caught chasing, right? Really holding through my whole price target. I'd rather be a little off than a little overboard. So say we do give up this support tomorrow, it won't be the best case scenario for the stock, most definitely. It will see a drop until then, but say we do get some support and then we come back up and we break to the upside, it could be the exact same story. So this is a bullish pattern in thesis, since we do have higher lows, higher highs, and that cycle repeats. So this is the definition of stair stepping. This is what you want to see in your stock. This does symbolize stair stepping. So that is the definition of an uptrend: higher highs and higher lows. As right here, we were setting lower lows, and lower highs. So I do like to see us get out of that trend. We've been in it for a while. If we do fail to continue to set higher lows and higher highs, then that will be a little alarming. But as of right now, this rising wedge is on the watch. Volume has decreased a little bit, but you do kind of anticipate that, especially when you enter the apex of a pattern. So the lines are thinning out so much that there isn't a lot of room for the price to work, and it will continue to stay that way the more and more we march up. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit, see what we can see. Okay, so right away, this level is very apparent to me, just like that. So from this $32 to this $31.44, I do anticipate that continue to be good support. I'll bring it up just a little bit, just to the bottom of this phase right here, where the buyers step in significantly. Okay, so I am watching this zone. If we do come down here, but if we do break this rising wedge, then likely this support won't hold up for too long. It could potentially a little bit lower to this 200 AMA. So you do see that we are above the green line, the blue line, the 50-day moving average, this purple line, right, and the red line. Okay, so we are above the red line, so we are bullish in the short term of things. We are below the 20-day moving average, so we're not bullish in that term of things, and we're above the 50. The sorry, I'm getting a little jumbled with my lines right here, but you do see that we continue to stay above this line right here, which isn't even a moving average. That is the weekly resistance. Okay, I was gonna say. Alright, so we are above the 200, the 50, the 9, and we currently are below the 20. So the moving averages aren't in our favor right now. Okay, I want to see these lines act as nice support as we continue to march up the chart. I do want to see a higher low set above that level at that 32.26, as that was where the current resistance is. And if you see right here, the highs of right here haven't really been tested too much. We haven't really been able to get above this region too much. The price really does shut down, but within this time frame, which I will highlight, this little box, I do like that we continue to use this support to march up the chart. So that is pretty promising. Watch for a move around here to see if we're going to continue to use this support, or we're going to reject this resistance and maybe give up this support and give back some of our gains, and maybe come back to this 200 AMA until we see a bounce. Now this 200 AMA, even though it seems far away, it will continue to curl up. So watch for that if we do come down there. If we do break to the upside, then we definitely have a lot of room to run. As when we go into the weekly, we are currently at this 32.69. So the next resistance really would be, yeah, it really does mark up well. That 33.34, that does mark up well over here as well. So that definitely is something to keep an eye on. If we zoom out all the way, then a next level would probably be around that $35 range, 34.60. So keep that on the watch. I will mark that up, 34.60. Alright, so let's go to the 15-minute, just a day trader's point of view before I wrap up this video. So, you see right away that we have this miniature upward support within this range, which I will delete all these lines real quick just so it's a little bit easier to really get a clear-cut view of the price action. So you do see this upward support really has helped us out here. We have been bouncing off that quite nicely now. And a little bit of choppiness in the price action, as you see down here at these ranges, really is acting as a growth stock, just going up a little bit, and then the shorts kind of get trapped right here. And then the buyers step in, the shorts get squeezed, and we kind of continued that process, and we kept doing it. But the price definitely does have some difficulties around this range, and that is very apparent. That's what I see right away, right? So we are going to need to keep that on the watch. If I go over the 4-hourly real fast, and I will wrap up with the daily, you see right away that on the 4-hourly, we definitely do have a bearish engulfing. So you see how this candle completely engulfs the prior candle. This red candle completely engulfs this one, and we did see a little bit of a drop accordingly, and we did get another one of those right there. So this kind of does lead me to believe that this moving average that is under us, which is which I will zoom in, the blue line, which is the 20-day moving average. If we do give that up, then we're looking at the 32.25 support to find some maybe a bounce off, but it doesn't look like we're doing too good of a job holding that 20. So that will be on the watch. Maybe we come down to this 50 and get a bounce and continue to march up the chart. It's not out of the question. Let's go over to the daily really fast. So, you do see right away a nice bullish engulfing right there at these levels. The buyers step in very heavy around these levels right below the $30 level. Had a nice uptrend until then, and whatever comes up mainly always does come down, and I definitely will be 100% transparent with that. Right, if you look at the chart, we had a higher high right there, and then we set a higher low, and then we potentially just hit a higher high. So maybe we do come back to this 20-day moving average right here, and we set a lower low, we consolidate, and then we continue to march up the chart. That wouldn't be the worst case scenario. Okay, I do think that a pullback might be a little imminent, as we do have a bearish engulfing on the daily as well, with a little bit of decreased volume over the time, as when the price continues, obviously the not as many people want to step in as normal. And what I see right away is a double top. So just like there, if we can't get above that, I will move it down just a little bit. If we can't get above that, that 32.24, that will be very alarming, as we did set a double top right here, which I shouldn't say is completely confirmed yet, because we've definitely tested that line out, but I don't want to count out the stock yet. We definitely could rally right back over this line, but if we do get some turbulence right here and then lose our moving averages, that would be a double top, as we did come over and bam, we topped out once. Oh, sorry about that. Well, my squares, it's kind of bugging out, but you know what I mean. You see the top right there, and then another one right there. It enacts just as a double bottom, where the buyers step in at the bottom. It goes up a little bit, comes right back down where the buyers step in once again and push the price above the neckline right here, right? And then that's the breakout range. So, within this, the sell-off range, it's not as clear cut as it normally is within these, but if we just reject from this range, that will be a little bearish, honestly, and you might see a little bit more some more short interest than normal. A little pullback will be kind of imminent, as we have had some very significant gains, but I'm not saying that can't continue, as we did break a huge resistance on the weekly, which we will recap one more time. Right, you see this downwards resistance, which we did break. A very, very nice break. So with that being said, guys, I really do appreciate you sticking to this point of the video. If you like these kind of videos and you want to continue to see them, well, I'll be making them. So subscribe and like for more. Share if you want. Leave a comment. I really appreciate all the love you guys been showing me. With that being said, guys, I'm going to take it easy. Hope you are too.